Hello, it's XIamluigiX, aka Let's Play, and welcome to Dawson and XIamluigiX's 1 hour plus, I think, Minecraft roller coaster ride thing. And it is, yes, it is 1 hour plus, and it was built just by the two of us, Dawson and me, XIamluigiX. Dawson does not have a YouTube, so I cannot really give him a shout out, but actually, he's got something, it's like The Hunger Gamers spelled with a Z, but I haven't seen him do anything on that. And usually it's just some other guy who really posts on that, but he's supposed to be a part of that, so I guess that's what I'll shout out with him. And before we do that, we're going to look at our statistics, and we're going to look at my distance by minecart, which is currently 89.53 kilometers. So that way we're going to calculate how long it is. And I'm going to write this down if I can find my pen, which is right here. So that we have traveled 85.93 kilometers by minecart. Now we are going to begin the journey, and I will not be talking for the whole thing because obviously it's an hour long, and I'll probably run out of things to say, and whatever. So I suppose I'll start with, well, I suppose I'll start with saying that this course, like the entire length, like it doesn't ever loop back, like it doesn't. Every single piece of track is only traveled over one time on this course, so it's not like you go around in a circle or anything. I mean, you do essentially go in the whole. What I'm trying to say is like we don't have loops of the same track like a circle. You just go around there 20 times. We don't have that. So nothing of that to make it longer. So that means that the entire length comes from the fact of the blocks, so that means it's a pretty damn long thing, which is why I'm interested to see actually how long it is, so that way we can know how many, and yeah. And so I suppose I'll touch upon the inspiration to build this thing. Well, for whatever reason, my friend Dawson, on top of his house, wanted to build a vertical minecart drop. And then I said, well, I can do much better than that, so I decided to build a minecart drop. Another minecart drop, which you might see over there. We'll get to that much later. And then I made it really big, and then we decided, hey, let's hook these things together. And then we're like, let's build it out to the jungle. And then we're like, hey, let's make this thing really long. And then we're like, yeah. And then that's what happened. And I ended up building the majority of it because Dawson stopped working on it after a while. It's kind of upsetting, but whatever. And well, let's see, what else could I talk about the coaster? Let's see, well, I guess I could talk about how long it took to build. We started building this thing about last week, and I would estimate that we spent approximately, I would say approximately 36 man-hours building this thing. Maybe more, maybe less, I'm not exactly sure. 36 to 48 man-hours it took to build the things in there. Well, there were just two of us, so obviously, and I built most of it, so yeah, it obviously took me. I spent a lot of time working on this thing. But, yeah, and that's this thing, and as you can see, we're going around, and around, and around again. Because that's how you, and then of course we have unnecessary amounts of, and obviously the thing was built in creative mode because there's no way to gather all the resources that would be to gather all the resources that would be necessary to construct something like this because it's just so big. So, and obviously most things that are really huge and creating things like that in Minecraft are usually built in creative mode these days because you cannot possibly get all these resources, and creative mode is just better than hacking in items because it's creative mode and you can fly and you just don't have to worry about dying and stuff like that. So that's great. That's why this is exciting. And yeah, okay, well, I don't know what to talk about now. So for a lack of things to talk about, I don't know what to talk about. You can see that even though we're playing on a single player, which is which is obviously built on my server, which yeah. And this is what's always built on my server. We're playing on single player because even on single player, it's still, as you can see, it's kind of lagging out. So that's not good. You can see the ground's kind of invisible, which is obviously not very good because we don't want invisible ground. We want visible ground. We want you to see all of this stuff, but the game's like, nope, we're not going to do that. And then I'm like, but come on, and it's like, nope. And I'm like, and it's like, yep. And we're like, mad. But that's all I really had to say about this thing. It was ridiculous to build. We were originally actually aiming for a 45-minute course, but then I said, hey, let's just make it an hour long. And so we did. Which means that it's probably longer than a good portion of people's minecart things, roller coasters. I'm sure there's someone, I don't know. I actually don't know. It's very long, so I don't know anyone, well, I don't know. So I guess if you have one that is longer than an hour, please post it as a video response to this video. I mean, I'd love to see it. And of course, you're going full speed the entire thing on this thing, so we're not like slowing you down to gain extra time either. So if yours did that, I would be like ours is just full speed, laid out track. So you only pass over every piece of track one time at full speed, which means that there's a lot of track on this thing. And I know it's called rails, but rails is track, whatever. Same difference, doesn't really matter. And as you can see, we're still on the obsidian section over here, which I built most of this obsidian section, even though most of the obsidian stuff was built by Dawson. I did build the majority of this section. And I actually ended up building the majority of it. I can point out which sections that I built and which parts that he built, because obviously I was building this thing. And yeah, so I guess I have nothing to say at the moment, so I'll just shut up for now and maybe play some music over this. And as you can see, it's going tonight, so this thing takes, well, if this were real life, and it takes a couple of Minecraft days to do this thing, which hopefully there won't be any damn chickens on this thing, because that's really going to piss me off if there are chickens, because that's going to totally mess this thing up, which I'm in peaceful mode, so no mobs will spawn, which is good, because it's going to get pretty dark, because we didn't light up the whole thing, because it's so long. I mean, it'll take forever. So, yeah, I guess I'll just shut up now and play a little bit of music, I suppose. Well, this continues until we reach the next section that I can talk about. So, yeah, I'll shut up for a minute. Okay, and I'm back to talk about this. This was the original part that was built by my friend Dawson, which inspired the whole thing. So that's pretty cool. And well, just keep talking for a little bit. As you can see, there's a vertical drop. Oh no! Woo! Then you hit the track, and then you go up, and then you go down, and then yeah, it's not a good idea to write this thing in survival mode because you're gonna die. And then there's some signs. Warning, track out ahead! Warning, track out ahead! Holy shit, track is out! Ah, too late! And you fall. Please don't be. Oh, good, there's no squid. And then you pass through my mini nether that I constructed. And then you go down here, and then you fall! I probably should have made the nether a little bit bigger, but those kind of things take a long time to build, and then that happens. It's not as good as I would have liked that to be right there, and now there's some really loud lawn mowing equipment noise outside of my window, so I will apologize if you hear that. I really can't do anything about that. I don't... And look, here's another vertical drop. And this is part built by Dawson. This is parts that were built by Dawson, and I built the mini nether thing. That was my brother's idea, but I thought it would be cool. He also thought it would be cool to have it like fall through the water or something. So here's Dawson. As you can see, he loves his vertical drops. So now, as you can see a gold section that's going to come a lot later, and as you can see, we're passing up and down, and then as you can see, it used to connect over here, but now we're passing onto this section. This part of it was built by me, and it's heading out to the desert, because I told Dawson I intended him to build in the desert by the large vertical drop that I built, but I only told him go to the desert and build something. So he found a desert, which wasn't the desert that I intended him to build on, and then he started building. So yeah, I will shut up and let this go, and next time I have something to talk about, I'll resume the music, and next time I have something to talk about, I will talk about it. So see you then. Okay, and this is Dawson's temple. It fires arrows at you using tripwires. So that's pretty cool. It's like supposed to be like a desert thing, temple, I guess. And it's going to put up some fences to keep mobs from getting on the track. And as you can see, there's some lapis blocks. And as you can see, we're heading up Dawson's obsidian. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now. So I will. And I told him, and he just went crazy. And you'll see something pretty crazy later. Hopefully it'll be day by the time. Oh no! And yeah, so I will be back. I will shut up now and play some more music. Or resume whatever music I was playing before. And as you can see, this area is pretty insane. Excuse me. Yeah, this area is pretty insane. It's got like 3 separate track areas passing through it. And as you can see, we're still on Dawson's obsidian section here, which should soon be transitioning onto my sandstone section. Yep, so now we're on the part that I've built. And this is the part where I just went absolutely crazy nuts with with it going up, down, and around. And then of course I added the lapis later, which made it even more crazy. That's a lot of blocks going all over the place, which is why this is if only you could do a backwards loop, then that would be cool, but unfortunately you can't. So it's just basically a lot of track just going like everywhere. If you look over there, and you can see there's actually a little bit of gold stuff over there too, which is all part of a later part of the ride. As a matter of fact, it's really confusing because as I added later, you just found a place, like as I added new parts, you just found a place to branch off and just started building from there. That's really how it worked. You just found a place to branch off and started just started building from there. So, yeah, that's why it's a little confusing for me, because the section I built last is not the last section of the ride, which seems kind of weird, but that's the way it is. So, yeah, I guess I will be quiet again and play another song. Okay, and I'm going to talk some more now. As you can see, when it goes around the trees, it kind of glitches into it. And there's a lot of jungle in this world, like way too much jungle. You pass through some vines there. Like, I mean, so much, you could just find, like, there was no, like, not a lot of other biomes other than, like, jungle and desert and plains and stuff. And as you can see, we're passing through a little tunnel, and we're going up! Up! Yeah, we're going up. And now we're going down. And this is the end of this particular extension. However, obviously it continues into the jungle, which this part right here that we're now on, which is obsidian, so that this was built by Dawson, as I told you. I hate vines. They grow all over the place, and he loves his vertical drops. Like, oh, and then there's some gold stuff. And then it kind of slows down right there, and I hope there are no like chicken or sheep on this path because there have been before, and it really pisses me off because I'm trying to get as accurate a timing as possible, and I just have no idea where front was there. And as you can see, it passes over a nice natural pool of lava right there. And then, yeah, so we have a lot of track that winds through this jungle canopy area. And of course, Dawson using his trademark drops. And okay, that's the only part of the ride where it's not going full speed, but that's okay. He uses trademark drops a lot. Like his favorite things are like the drops. Like I mean, I guess it depends. Like later on in the ride, I started doing like just things that'll make it longer. But yeah, he uses a lot of drops, especially on the parts he built. Then I started using some drops some more on the parts that I built. I was never really much of a drop guy, unlike Dawson, who's a big drop guy. And as you can see now, it seems that he's going to be transitioning onto a part of the ride that I have constructed. As you can see now, we're passing over it. And so we're going down, and as you can see back there, that it used to connect straight that way, but then I added something new this way. So it goes here, it goes this way, and down a little bit, through the mountain, and then it comes around, and then it pops out the side, and then, it goes into its typical thing that I like to do, just building it around, going up, and then go down a little bit. As you can see, there's a cobblestone one through the middle, which is pretty cool. And I suppose I could talk about school, because school's fun, but it's not really fun at all, because I'm a junior, and as you can see, oh my god, it's an end portal! And you can see we pass into my miniature end. I mean, it's not very big, but that's all we could really do. We blasted out that all area. It's not very long, but we blasted that out with TNT, and it took a little while to build. And something just fell. That's not good. I don't like it when things fall. And then you can see there's some diamond stuff. As you can see now, we're doing some switchbacks. We're going back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And yeah, that's something I like a lot. And I guess I could talk about my school because, well, school is fun, and I'm a junior now, which means, and that's in high school, not in college. I'm only 16, so obviously I'm still in high school, but I got a lot of difficult classes like, well, not really. They're not really that difficult. They just give work. Like history, man, I give so much work in history. Like I gotta read some book in 2 weeks. It's called Founding Brothers, and it's about the founding fathers of America, and I gotta read that book in like 2 weeks. So I'd better get working on that. I can read it on the bus though, because I have lots of time on the bus and I'm not really doing anything. So I could use that time to my advantage, which is a good thing because I hate wasting time. Wasting time is like my least favorite thing, and I'm also in pre-calculus because I'm awesome, and I'm taking advanced classes because I'm awesome. And I know this has nothing to do with this Minecart thing, but I'm just trying to talk because I can't play music for the entire thing because I don't think I have like 60 minutes of music anyway that I can put on that probably won't try to get copyrighted. So I'll just start talking about stuff like I am right now. And of course not obvious I'm in PE, but I am in PE this year because I have to take PE to give my last PE credit because I only got 1 credit for being the manager of the basketball team. And as you can see, we are now heading up this way, and we're going to be heading on to we're soon going to be hitting the last section that I constructed. As you can see, I kind of screwed up with the connections over here, but this diamond section is the last section that I built. This was like the last part, like this was the most recently constructed part of the ride, which is pretty exciting. As you can see, being the most recent, I started to use more drops, so there's a drop right there. And I used a lot less, like, going down things, honestly. I did a lot of, like, going around in circles, like, things like that. On this area of the ride, which gives it a long, like, very long aspect to it. And, of course, you don't need, oh, there's another drop. And then it kind of doesn't quite work right, but it's okay because we still get to go. And then we can go up again, and then we can go back down and through some trees, and I love going and then do a little switchback, and we can go down underground, because underground is fun sometimes. And no, there's no other, if there was a third dimension, I would have done it, but there's only the end and the nether, so I already did those. So I can't do anything there, and plus those end and nether dimensions take a long time to build for, like, not very long portion of the ride. So as you can imagine, yeah. It just took long enough just to build all this stuff in it anyway without like really doing anything special. So yeah, that's this part of the ride. And I guess I can talk about my school again. I'm also taking physics, which is pre-AP because that's what it is. And that's pretty exciting, physics. And then of course I'm taking pre-cal. I already said that because I'm advanced, because you're supposed to take algebra 2 when you're a junior, but I already took that last year because I'm a year ahead in math. And I'm taking English 3, which is AP, which is that's great. And I have other stuff like that. That's fun. And I also have a 3-day weekend on the weekend that this was recorded, which is great. Even though it's disappointing because school just started and, well, it's like a teaser, like, oh, this is what you were like. You got to just do it. Like, I'm gonna like hate this year. I think so much stuff to do, but I think I can make it. You know, I don't think I'm gonna have like a problem like getting things done. It's just that I'm gonna be like a little pressed for time more than I was last year. So weekday uploads not gonna happen. Well, maybe weekday uploads, but I'm not making videos during the week, that's for sure. I'm not sure if like this video is going to be really long. It's probably going to be HD, so I might upload this on like a Friday or something. So that way I can just leave it while I go to school, because it takes like a long time to upload videos like this, and well, people like to use the internet on the weekends. So if I just upload it on Friday, that'll work out. That's probably the only time maybe during the week that I'll upload, because I don't have time to make enough stuff to do weekday uploads, and I really don't have time to be getting up early to start uploading weekday uploads. So that's why that's not going to happen. Just too much work, and I don't really have that much time. And yeah, I hope you could understand that I am very interested in doing well in school, a lot more interested in doing well in school than I am in making videos, because doing well in school affects how much money what kind of college I can go to, and how much money I'm going to make, which is awfully a lot more important than just making some videos for YouTube. I mean, I'm not making any money off of these videos. Even if I had ads, I would make like a couple of cents. So that's why schools is very important to me. And also, yeah, that's. Oh, I thought that thing was that thing not powered? That was an unpowered rail back there, but it didn't stop us because we were going too fast for it. And it's night once more, because this is as I said, a 1 hour long ride, and well, that's several days in Minecraft, so you can imagine that this is going to take a long number of days in Minecraft. And Minecraft, I like Minecraft. I mean, this is actually like the first time speaking of Minecraft, like, I haven't really played a lot of Minecraft lately, except for building this thing. I've actually been playing I've played a bit of TF2 lately, and I've been getting better at TF2, but I haven't played in like a week. But I've been playing as like the heavy, and I'm getting pretty good at the heavy, and I still wanted to buy that 50-cent thing so I could get premium, but I have never gotten around to that, because I keep forgetting. Because it's not really important to me to be a premium TF2 user. I just like to play. But I think I will ask my dad this weekend, hopefully at some point today, if we can buy that thing on Steam, and well, I can get that and give him the 50 cents, and that'll be great. And I can play some TF2, and I guess, well, maybe you might wanna. And I suppose if you would like to friend me on Steam, I'll give you my Steam ID. My Steam ID is XIamluigiX. What a big surprise. So if you would like to friend me on Steam, you can send me a request. I'm not going to gift anybody games, though, and I really only play TF2. So, yeah. Obviously, as I said, I'm not going to gift any games to anybody because I don't have enough money to do that. And if I did want a game, don't have enough money to be gifting games to people I don't know. So that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, if you want to friend me on Steam, it's XIamluigiX. I play TF2. So yeah, that's if you're interested. And well, I used to play a bit of Star Trek Online, which is pretty fun, sometimes, except it gets a bit repetitive. I haven't played in a little while. I am part of a fleet, and it's called Phantom Elite Squad. And if you play Star Trek Online and you want to give me a friend request, I'm Gary at XIamluigiX. So if you're interested in that, you can do that as well. So that's really about me and video games, and of course, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I recorded a bunch of those like the week before school started, so that I wouldn't have to lug my computer out for like 5 weeks because I record like 5 episodes. So obviously I already posted one of those. Because I don't have a laptop, I have a desktop, and my TV's not in my bedroom. So if I want to record off my Wii, I have to go move my computer to the living room, and that's a pain because you have to unplug a bunch of things and then plug things back in. And really, unplugging and plugging things in is not my favorite thing to do with my free time, so I don't do it very often. That's why it's my first bulk recording. I never record in bulk. Like when I did Pokemon Emerald, I could just use my emulator, so I would just record once every day because I didn't have to do anything special. So yeah, I guess that's a little bit about me. And oh my god, it's a wolf! Yeah, that's about me, and it's snowing now. Oh, darn it. And I can't turn this off. And that sucks that I can't do that. But since I've been talking about oh, now it's raining. Now it's snowing. Now it's raining. Now it's snowing. Well, since I've been talking about myself for quite a while now, I'd say I'll just put on a little bit of music for a bit, and then I can talk more about myself later. Because, well, I mean, you don't want to hear like too much about me at one time, or you'll get overloaded. Well, as you can see, we're back on the sandstone section, which means that we're going to be heading back this way, in this general direction. Which means we're now going to have to pass through to the secondary insane portion of the ride one more time. Actually, we're going to pass through it. This is what makes it so insane. It pass through this a little bit. As you can see, we couldn't wind around a lot, but been on this ride for some time now. I mean, quite a long time, actually. And yeah, so we're gonna head down this hill, and I'm gonna do pause for a second. Okay, and I just had to pause for a brief second there because when I'm not talking to you guys, I wanted to listen to some music, so I went ahead and put on some music for me to listen to while I'm not talking. Because, you know, it's not the most thrilling thing for me to sit and do nothing, basically. So, as you can see, we're passing around some of the diamond stuff, and yeah. So, we're not even back at the jungle yet. As you can see, it's starting to become day again because the night is over. And it's going to rain for like forever. So it's going to be raining like the entire time we're on this ride. That's really not exciting whatsoever, but we'll have to deal with that. Because I cannot control the weather in this game because I did not program it. I do not know Java. I've only been learning how to program in C, which is what I'm writing my own little RPG in C. So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, but I'm sure no one really cares that I'm writing my own little RPG in C. It doesn't even right now. I'm just writing like a battle system thing. So I'm sure no one really cares about that. But that's okay because I care about it. And it's fun and it's interesting. And it's obviously it's never going to be anything good because I don't know how to program that much. But it's still a fun thing to, you know, just experiment around with some different things. Which is quite interesting. Like, you know, those poor pigs stuck on those cliffs. And if they don't move, they die. If they move, they die. So they have to just stand there for their whole life until they die. That's disappointing. That's a very disappointing life. Like you can't do anything. Like you just that's powered because I built the thing. I was stupid and built it backwards. So yeah, I guess now that we're passing through the jungle, another jungle section, I think I am just going to go ahead and let you guys well, I'm gonna play some music and I'm gonna play some music in the video and I'm gonna play myself some music. So I'll see you guys, I guess, in a little bit, continuing some other point in the video where I feel like talking. So yeah. Okay, and I guess I'm going to talk a little bit more now that my music is, I stopped music. So you can see here, this connects to the original path that Dawson had constructed, which is exciting. And yeah, we did light it up because we're like, let's light it up. And that obsidian house over there is the original end of Dawson's original ride, which is the inspiration in the first place of the creation of this whole ridiculous thing of infinite ridiculousness. Which, as I might add, was a very fun build. As you can see, once again, we split it off right here. It used to just go straight that way, and then we split it off here to build this back and forth cobblestone stuff. And yeah, I guess I want to talk about some more stuff, so I'm going to talk about, I'll talk about some football. It's almost football season! Yeah! Woo! I don't play fantasy football. And I have no idea what fantasy football is. I don't know how fantasy football works. So if anyone wants to tell me what the heck fantasy football is, you're welcome to, because I don't know what fantasy football is. It's something to do. I know it has something to do with players' stats, but I'm not really sure how that works. And all. And you draft players, and somehow based on their stats, you get stuff, and then you decide you win games. I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know. So gonna continue this tour, and you have to be part, and you have to sign up, I guess, to join a league or whatever. And there are a lot of people in my school who play fantasy football, and I have no idea what fantasy football is. So yeah, that's kind of weird, but that's okay. I can live with not knowing what fantasy football is because I can just watch football. Like I don't really like. I just like to see my. I don't really care about like player stats. I like to see my team win. And if you're wondering what team I'm a fan of, well, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So yeah. That's what I gotta say. And of course, if you're wondering what kind of fans my family is, well, my brother, he doesn't really watch sports, so he's not really a fan of anything. My mom's a Cowboys fan because, well, this is Texas after all. And my dad, since he grew up in Buffalo, is a Buffalo Bills fan, which is a hard thing because the Bills haven't been very good in such a long time. But perhaps this year they can be better. I think they might be better than the Jets because I'm not sold on this whole Sanchez-Tebow thing. Using two quarterbacks it just isn't done. Like, you don't use two quarterbacks. Like, you never see that. I'm not really sure how well this is going to work out. I don't think it really makes much of a difference. Honestly, who's playing starting quarterback? Because the only difference is Sanchez can throw the ball slightly better, but Tebow can run the ball better. So I'm not sure it really makes that much of a difference for the New York Jets. Who they have under center in terms of the win-loss column, I really think that it doesn't matter. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure there are people who think otherwise, but that's okay. Because I know other people think differently than I do. Because, well, if everyone thought the same, then life would be like the most boring thing in the world. Because, I mean, if everyone's the same, then what's fun? You can't. If everyone were the same, you couldn't debate anyone. Like, there wouldn't be any need for claims. There wouldn't be any need for evidence. There wouldn't ever be need for warrants. And there wouldn't be need for impact because everyone would just agree with you. That would be stupid. That'd be boring. And that's why life is interesting, because people disagree with each other. That's I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So yeah. And yeah, in history class we have to do current events. I'm really excited for this football season to start. I can't wait to see how the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do, although doesn't look like it. It looks like they're kind of on the downside, like of their. I really don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl. But you never know. I didn't think that the Broncos could beat the Steelers, and they did. And that really pissed me off, but whatever. More I was pissed because the Steelers kind of beat themselves, but whatever. And then, of course, the Patriots went out and then clobbered the Broncos the next week. And then, of course, they went and lost in the Super Bowl to the Giants. Of course, that's all. And I can't wait till... What was I waiting for? There was something I was really excited for that had to do with the new season of something. I mean, I don't know. I forgot. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was excited for I'm excited for when basketball starts, but that's not till like October anyway. November, really. There's a couple games in October, but it really doesn't start till the last week of October. Can't wait till Shaqtin' Fool in November when the regular season starts. But there was something I thought I was specifically interested in, but I don't know. I can't remember, so that's okay. And we're on the Lapis part of the ride. So yeah, I'm out of things to talk about football. Well, I mean, I could talk a lot about football. Like I could talk about how the Bills are better than they were last year. I mean, they did finally get a talented player in Mario Williams, so that's pretty good for them. I mean, it depends. I mean, if Mario Williams doesn't play well, then obviously it doesn't matter that he's talented. But I think that they'll be happy to have that they are happy to have him on their team, and that I think maybe the Bills can move up ahead of the Jets. But we'll have to see how they play before we can start. After all we've seen is the preseason, and well, as you probably know, in the preseason the Jets didn't look very good, but you never know. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I don't know. It's possible that it could be better, I think. But yeah, that's all I have to say about, I guess, football. So, guess I'll just talk about Minecraft. At some point, the 1.4 update is going to come out, and apparently, Jeb, or whoever's developing it now, which I believe is Jeb, who is sucky. Bring back Notch! I really want... Firstly, even though I'm not a big mod guy, it's kind of annoying that... I feel that people are definitely have a right to be kind of annoyed because they said like the mod API was coming and it took them forever. And you know what's really annoying a little bit is that the underwater content that they've promised since like, you know, beta, like early beta, like I've been playing since early beta, as you probably know. If you've watched my YouTube channel, you know that I've been playing since early beta. Actually, I've been playing since late alpha, but whatever. I played like 2 days in alpha 1.2.6, so that hardly counts. But yeah, they promised some more underwater content, but there isn't anything. And now that there's an ocean biome, I feel like they really need to develop some kind of underwater content because there really isn't anything to do in an ocean. It's just a big ocean, and it's like, what's the point? It's just an ocean. Like, there's like in jungles there are, like, I think that in like jungles there are different things, and like in deserts there are different things, but the fact that there's nothing in oceans is just kind of annoying. Like, what's the point of an ocean if there's nothing in an ocean? Like, there's nothing to do. There's no resources or any kind of special resource that you can do something cool with or something. But yeah, and then of course in 1.3 they introduced villager trading, which, I mean, I wasn't really a big fan of villager trading, but at least they finally got around to doing something with the damn villages. That probably, if they were going to do villager trading, I think it would have been better if they did it in subsequent updates instead of waiting like 2 updates. Like, for the villagers. Like, the villagers are really kind of useless. They should have waited to do the villagers until after the adventure update, because the villagers didn't really add anything to the adventure update, which I really didn't... I wasn't the biggest fan of the adventure update either, but that's another story. I'm not really the biggest fan of really all of the new Minecraft updates. They're just not really my thing. Like, I'm just not like... I'm just not, like, the most excited. I'm just, like, you know, a little, just, I don't know. Like, not really the most interested in the new Minecraft updates. There have been some good stuff, but a few things that's just a little annoying that he hasn't gotten, that they haven't done things, and then they're doing things like, let's make mobs go through portals, and I didn't really think that was that great. I'm sure there are people who think it's awesome, but I personally don't think it's that great, because I can't really see anything you can do with that. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, move a cow or something? I mean, that's not that exciting. I mean, but then if they do that, I wonder if you'll be able to build, if they make it so animals could go through. I wonder, they should make it, I think, so that you can have like a minecart, like go through another portal, like into the nether. But how would that work? Because you have to stop on a portal, so that'd be a little confusing. But I think it would be cool if they had it go so you could like go into another, and like you could build like a cart system in the nether and like put up some fences or something on whatever. But I think it'd be cool if you could go through a portal, because then I could light up the portal on my mini nether, and then, well, oh, the sun's coming up, it's not going down. And that would be kind of nice because, oh, that's the, yeah. And that would be nice because, well, then you could actually look like going through another instead of just a random obsidian frame. And that glass pillar over there is when the server was loading really slowly, I saw like a library and a fortress, so I just put glass pillar because that's about where it was. And, yeah. Because we actually started out this world as just like playing randomly. Like we're just like, let's make a new world, and I'm like, okay, Dawson, we'll make a new world. And then we just started all this stuff, which is crazy. And yeah, Minecraft. I don't know. And then TF2, I can talk about man versus machine. I made a man versus machine video, so you can check that out if you haven't already. And I think man versus machine, it's interesting. Could make a TF2 movie out of that if, you know, there was a group of people who wanted to do that. I mean, if you think about it, it actually has a storyline to it due to the comics on the website, so that's pretty cool. And we're gonna drop down once more, and we're gonna drop down twice, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, since I have nothing really more to talk about TF2 or Minecraft, I'm just gonna play some more music. So I'll, you know, see you guys and talk a bit later. Okay, and I guess I'm gonna talk some more now. I guess I basically, when I built all of this rail, because I needed something to do, obviously, instead of just like, I can't just sit here and build rail, like I got bored. So I was watching, well, more listening to America's Game episodes on YouTube. If you don't know what America's Game is, it's where they basically talk with players from a Super Bowl winning team and about the Super Bowl that they won. And they used to have them on Hulu, but then Hulu deleted it, and now I'm pissed because you can't find all of them on YouTube, and that's annoying. But I was able to find enough to entertain me. Like, I'm a Steelers fan, so I was able to find I was able to find the 470 Super Bowls, and I have seen the episodes for the two modern Super Bowls, so that was good enough for me. And yeah, so that was what I was doing while I was building this thing, because I think I went through like a lot. I watched like 86 Giants, 85 Bears, 90 Giants, 91 Redskins. I watched 69 Chiefs. I also watched a documentary a while back called Full Color Football, The History of the American Football League, and that was quite interesting. I think that people who are interested in the American Football League should definitely check that out, because that was a very interesting thing, and I actually spent like an entire morning watching it, because it was like 45-minute episodes, because it was like a TV show, obviously, by NFL Network, and it was very interesting. So yeah, that's what I did while I was building this thing, which we are actually nearing the end of this thing now. Quite amazing. But we still have a lot more to go. For instance, we still have to get all the way back through the remainder of this. And actually, you can see we're quite nearing the end of this extension. And as you can see, we'll be heading up to that tower, which, even though we're getting very near the end, there's still a significantly more to go, because we have to climb that tower, and that tower is going to take a while to climb, because it does go up pretty high, because of the 256 block height, which is like cool, which enabled me to build like a ridiculous vertical drop, as you'll see when you I mean, you can't even see the top of it. It won't even, like, it can't even render the top of that thing at this point. And I guess I could always, if I ever want to make it bigger, I'll just extend it out that way, but I don't know I want to make it bigger unless someone, like, I don't know. I mean, it's just enough to get it done the way it is now. Like, it's like, I'm great, I'm done. And you can see we just keep going up and around and up and around and up and around, 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 up and around. So yeah, this is what I was building, and my friend Dawson was like, I want to be OP, and I'm like, well, you can be OP if you help me build this, and I'm like, and he's like, yay, and I'm like, hey, I got help building my project. As you can see, this keeps, oh look, my friend is now playing Orcs Must Die 2. Stupid Steam. At least that won't pop up because I'm not monitoring the desktop. I'm only recording this. And then we go from basically the highest block you can drop off from. And we're falling. And we fall. And we fall. And we fall. And we fall. And we fall all the way through here. And then we land on the track. And that drop will kill you once you get out of the cart if you're not in creative mode. Because obviously that is a very high drop. It's from the top of the map to the bottom of the map, which is a very long distance. And now we are practically at the end of the ride. So that was pretty exciting, and all that's left to do is see how long this ride is, which I will post on the screen after the video, when I'm editing the video, and that's the end of the ride. That's it. It's done. Boom. Done. That's it. As you can see, we're right back where we started. So initially we had it loop, but then we figured that'd be stupid, so we didn't do that. So yeah, that's my 1 hour minecart ride. Well, me and Dawson's 1 hour. I should say my friend and me and Dawson's minecart ride. It's the minecart ride of Peter and Dawson. That's what it is. It's an hour long. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.